Hi everyone, welcome back to Total War Therapy, and today, after having played more than 200 hours of Tides of Torment DLC, I'm not proud of that, I'm gonna share with you my review, my final thoughts about the new units, the new campaigns, and if overall the DLC is worth to buy or not. So don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my video, and let's begin. Hi, I'm Alberto, I'm a real person, and here you will find the beginner's guide, the battle unit roster, tier list, ranking, and many shorts, so if you wanna support the channel, please consider to subscribe. Now let's talk about the new campaign of Dechala, the new legendary lord for Slaanesh, and her unique mechanics that I already explained to you in a previous video, so here I will just make the review and the summary. Now, even here, this campaign is not that different from the generic Slaanesh one, even if you don't have the same way to corrupt and subjugate the other factions, and then your way to, to build your provinces is completely different, because you will get a mechanics similar to the one of the Chaos Dwarfs, that, if I have to be honest, probably I prefer it to the Slaanesh, to the generic Slaanesh one. I love it, and even compared to the Chaos Dwarfs is a little less complex, and at the same time very funny, because you have to take the slaves and then create the outpost and the pleasure palaces. Then you get access to these tormentous attributes that I mean, they're interesting. They could have worked them a little better in my opinion, but yeah, still you can take some improvement for your campaign overall, some items and some abilities to, I mean, some effects and to give to your units during some battles. And then yes, you have you can manage your troll populations in this session. And yeah, overall it's very funny. Probably is the campaign of the DLC itself, so of the 3 different legendary lords added with this DLC, that I enjoyed more. It was very funny to to pillage and to conquer all the south of Grand Cathay, and then you can move to the mountains of Morns, to the Darklands. You can still keep going against the north of Grand Cathay, and yes, it's very funny. I had a lot of fun, and honestly I forgot how, because I mean, the last campaign with the Nakari I played probably 1 year ago, so it was a great experience to go back to play Slaanesh, and I forgot how funny it was. The only problem with this campaign that otherwise would be perfect, but this is something that they can fix in the future. Okay, this is not like for Sayl the Faithless, that the starting location for me is not good. In this case, they can definitely fix that. It's it's the fact that you are in an area where there is no challenge. Okay, there is no threat, there is no big enemy, strong legendary lord that can threaten your safety. This area is very hard to reach from by the other factions, so they will definitely not come after you. They will not hunt you down till here. So yeah, it's pretty easy, and you're also a strong faction, so you have all the time and all the chances to build your empire and then being indestructible. That is not good for me. I mean, I love the challenge, and here even if you try, okay, what you can do to make it challenging. Okay, if you attack the lizardman here, Nakai will not come after you because it will be very far in the north. Then there is Balthasar Gelt, that, believe me, is very weak, and even the dragons, I mean, they will be busy with so many stuff here that I mean, they will really don't care about you. And yeah, this is not good. I hope that with the Monkey King coming around here, and probably some other factions, I'm not sure if they will ever add someone else in the south of Grand Cathay. Probably no. I don't think they will open in the Karaj. I'm sorry to say that, but I mean, we have to accept it at this point. So yes, maybe with the Monkey King it will be a little more challenging, and it will be better. But for now, it's definitely, I mean, it's not hard. Okay, it's very easy. You have a lot of fun if you haven't played Slaanesh in a while, but yeah, if you want to to play the game with a harder setting, maybe you can use the end game scenarios, but the game itself will not help you to have a greater experience, and I'm sorry to say that. Now let's talk about the new units coming for Slaanesh. I already made a guide about how to use them, so here we will focus more on the summary and on the review. Overall, I think that even if probably Slaanesh about the units got the shortest stick, this is definitely true, unfortunately, but at the same time they offered the good range of variety, and for me this is more important than any shining monsters, even if, I mean, let's admit it, we love shining monsters. Let's start with the characters. Dechala is such an amazing legendary lord, and there are so many reasons that I don't have time to, to list all of them, but it's so funny, so fast, so destructive. Then we got the mask that, I mean, is a free legendary lord, but yeah, probably in this case the least interesting legendary lord that we got as a DLC. I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, I have a problem with the dancing lords. Just like a Wurzak, for example. The heroes are great, even if a little repetitive, because I mean, they do kind of the same stuff. Then yes, one is more armor piercing, the other is more defensive. But at the end, you get the mount of the pleasure seeker for both. So you're gonna use them in the same way, and this is something a little sad because they could have been more, more unique and special. Then there is the new legendary hero that even here probably amongst all the legendary heroes that we got for the other monogods, also this is the less interesting. Okay, definitely, but there are good abilities, and yeah, it can boost the marauders and so on. About the infantry, I thought they could have been a little repetitive compared to the main infantry that we already get for Slaanesh, but actually no. I mean, the slangers, even if the slangers and the devotees of Slaanesh have both the anti-infantry damage, they're very different, and you use them for different purposes, and you definitely had more have more variety now to build your the main part of your army, that of course is the melee infantry. And also we got our range units. That it was the most important thing that I wanted for this DLC. I hope that we could get the bows and not the crossbows, but it's okay. I'm okay with that. They're a little high tier. This unit I wanted to be more lower tier, but I mean, it's okay. And finally we got a missile units for Slaanesh that we really needed. Now, about the cavalry, we got, I mean, we can put them together, the champions of Slaanesh and the pleasure seekers, that I have to say that they are quite similar. I mean, because they are fast, they got a lot of charge, they do plenty of damage in very few seconds, so you're gonna use them a little in the same way, even if the pleasure seekers are far superior, are probably one of the strongest unit of the game right now. That's why they will probably debuff them. And then even the champions of Slaanesh, they can sneak around the army, attack at the back, and yeah, everything here is great. And then the Praetor, that I'm sorry to say it's terrible. I mean, it's not good at every. I mean, it's good at nothing. Okay, just let's be honest about that. Probably they will change it a little, because in this state, yeah, for that price and everything, is not a good option, and honestly is not even that interesting. Okay, and this is a problem of this package. I would like to say that compared to all the other DLCs that we got, it's probably better, okay, of all the other DLCs. I mean, if you think about the DLCs in Total War Warhammer 2, and think now that we got a monstrous cavalry, I mean, some units of many kinds, the monstrous infantry and this flying monster, it would have been amazing, okay, for the standard of Total War Warhammer 2. But in this Total War Warhammer 3, where they invested more, and we can see that, you feel that there is something missing in this Slaanesh roster. Okay, there is not. They could have made a great spawn of Slaanesh, or I mean, there are many ideas, of course, but the Praetor was a cheap choice in my opinion. The model is the same of the Terrorgeist, and yes, I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but I want to be honest with you. You feel that there is something missing, even if all the additions are quite important, because we got a missile option, a flying option, I mean, we already have many fast options, so no. But yes, I mean, overall, I like it, and I really appreciate all the work made with Slaanesh. But yes, probably a big monster. I mean, with the Norsca, we got 3 monsters, even with the High Elves, 2 monsters with the unique models. So yeah, for Slaanesh, they could have definitely made something more. But overall, good. Now let's talk about the new campaign of Sea Lord Aislinn, the new legendary lord for the faction of High Elves, and his unique mechanics. I already explained how they work in a previous video, so here I will just make the review and the summary. Now, overall, I enjoyed this campaign, I have to admit it, but there are many problems with that. So first, let's analyze the strength of this experience. You are offered the chance to fight against any faction in the world, and this is crazy because, you know, you can really play this campaign multiple times and have a completely different experience each time. You can decide to go to Grand Cathay and fight against the Grand Cathay, Dark Elves. You can decide to go to Ultuan and protect your homeland. You can go to Lustria and fight against the Lizardmen, Skaven. You can go to Southlands, Badlands, and fight against the Tom Kings, Orcs. It's very flexible, and this is great, okay, because you can fight with many different factions. You don't have to focus on just few of them like all the other campaigns, especially in the early and the mid term. So it's great for me, but at the same time there are many problems. The first is that this is one of the most complex campaign I ever played. That for me is not a problem because I mean, I have a channel about this game, so it's challenging for me. But especially for new players that they have already to, you know, manage all these symbols and numbers, you know, having to learn the rules of these specific campaigns, it can be too harsh. There are 3 new different currencies. There is the mechanics of the Elven colonies, the one of the dragon ships, then the Asur domination. I mean, it's really too much, okay? A game like that it's already very complex, cannot be that harsh every time you buy a new DLC. And even if I like the challenge, as I said, I understand that, you know, for new players it's not good. And then, you know, just it's a completely different way to manage your settlements, to build your provinces, to give them to the other legendary lords, take the bonuses, and with these bonuses you can build the new elven colonies, or you can build the new dragon ships, and then yeah, all the different abilities, all the different dilemmas. I mean, it's really too much, and I don't like it necessarily. And then the second big problem that is the same that affected the Changeling or Golg in the last DLC Omens of Destruction is that this campaign is too much easy. Okay, if for the mechanics perspective is too hard, too complex, about you know, the campaign, there is no way the game can beat you, because you're here in the safe headquarter where no one can reach you, so you can go wherever you want. You can declare war on any other faction, then you can give the settlements to your allies, to the other High Elves factions, and then you can go back to your headquarter in the eastern colonies like nothing happened, and no one will come after you because you are too many leagues from them. Okay, so if I attack Lustria, how from Lustria they're supposed to come here? They don't even know where I am. So, you know, there is no challenge, no threat, and honestly, I'm tired of campaigns like that. I don't know how they could actually fix it. I think it's you know, very specific campaign, and they will leave it in this way. But yeah, I mean, you can declare war on everyone in Lustria, then go back here, and yeah, easy peasy, you know, no one will come after you, and in any case your armies will be very strong, so it's definitely impossible to beat you, and this is a huge problem for me. But overall, I enjoyed it. It's a different experience from the generic High Elves campaign, so in this way it may be great. Now let's talk about the new units coming for the High Elves. I already made a video guide about how to use them, so here we will focus more on the summary and on the review. Overall, I'm so happy about these additions. The Sea Elemental, it's so crazy, and we got 2 monsters for a faction that it was not supposed to be focused on monsters, at least in my opinion. I love High Elves. They were my favorite faction in Total War Warhammer 2, but at some point I was getting bored with their units because they are a little repetitive. I mean, even the flying monsters, you know, they work all in the same way almost. That's why, yeah, I mean, they were really missing, and they were needing something. And finally, we got everything we could have asked for. Let's start with the characters. I mean, Sea Lord Aislinn is not. I would have liked that. I mean, a character with the bow here. I mean, in general, amongst all the characters, but I mean, it's okay. I will accept it. Sea Lord Aislinn is a great legendary lord. The Sea Helm is a very good option for the generic lords. I know that many wanted another kind, like the Anointed of Asurian, but I think that at the end the Sea Helm with all the naval abilities, the naval boost in for the naval units, and I mean the unique mount. I mean unique. It shares with the Miss Mage and with the Sea Lord Aislinn, but I mean, I think it offers a good variety to the pool of the generic lords. The generic hero with the Mist Mage, I like it, but if I have to be fully honest with you, I'm not a big fan of this new lore of magic, the lore of Mist. I think they invested a little less compared to the lore of Hex, that was a wonderful lore of magic. The animations were so, you know, unique. With the lore of Mist, I think just they didn't work that hard. Like, I mean, for the same standard of the lore of Hex, and yeah, it's quite weird. I know that they probably respected you know, the directions of Games Workshop about how to build this lore of magic, but I'm not fully satisfied. And if I have to choose amongst the you know, the Mist Mage and all the other powerful sorcerers of the High Elves, I probably prefer the others. And then Caradron of the Flame is such a nice legendary hero with the most beautiful phoenix of the world, and then I mean, it can boost some particular units. So yeah, I like it. I mean, this is what I expect for a legendary hero. Even if and for me it's a mistake they didn't put the flaming effect on the halberd. I would like. I mean, this is Caradron of the Flame, the incarnate elemental of fire. So yeah, I really wanted the flaming halberd, and they already put it in some other units, so they definitely could have made it. Then the new infantry, there are, I mean, some regimental renowns that are not particularly interesting. Probably the ship's company with great weapons, yes, but the other no. And then the ship's company itself, I mean, it adds more variety because now you get also a melee infantry with the sword for the low tier. But yeah, I mean, I wanted, honestly, the perfect choice for me would have been this. I mean, a low tier infantry with the great weapons and with the bows. That would have been amazing, but this is a little repetitive compared to. I mean, they're just the lesser version of the spearmen for me, of the spearmen. Then we got this chariot that I already explained to you in another video. Probably they are not, I mean, the version only with bows is not the best, but I mean, I love them so much. I love them so much. They are perfect. They are so cool. They are flying chariots, and one with an artillery piece. So yeah, they are great, lovely. Then the Oceanids that I forgot to put in this video, but okay, I'm sorry, but I mean, you already know them. Then the Sea Elemental, that is I mean, one of the most beautiful animation they ever created. It's so, I mean, I would stay just hours watching this huge monster destroying bunches of infantry, and I love the idea around that, how they make it possible. And this water animation, I mean, it's something crazy, but it looks good. I mean, I would not have expected Creative Assembly to make such a good you know, water effect that wow, I mean, it's so real. It's real, come on. I mean, and then the Mervim, another very unexpected monster, because we already got the Sea Elemental, so it's crazy that we got both of them. That it's the biggest, or one of the two biggest monsters of this game. And yeah, it's lovely. I have some problem with the use of it, but I mean, at the end, it's just great. So overall, I love every addition for this maybe except the ship's company, for this roster. So they definitely complete the High Elves experience, and they added so much variety that you will never get bored again with the faction of High Elves. Now let's talk about the new campaign of Sayl the Faithless, the new legendary lord for Norsca, and his unique campaign mechanics. Again, I already explained them, how they work to you in a previous video, so here I will just make the review and the summary. Overall, this campaign is not that different from the generic Norsca one, even if, I mean, now they are all completely unique with the new mechanics introduced for Wulfric and Trog, so everyone is special in its own way. What is missing here is the mechanics of the monogods that it was very good. I mean, I'm sorry they didn't put it, even if by lore, I mean, the only god that apparently Sayl venerates is himself, and you have still to build your chaos altars, and you will get some quest battles to encourage you, and then there will be some bonuses that honestly they're not that great. I mean, if this is the main objective of the campaign, they could really, you know, motivate us more with some better stats, and not only, you know, getting the horrible regeneration for chaos spawns. I mean, this is not good for me. Another thing that I dislike about this campaign is the starting location. Okay, I find it quite boring, especially now that I mean, Trog was already in a good place, and Wulfric with the new start and I mean, the chance to move wherever he wants. I mean, it's completely. It's crazy and awesome. So this is probably, about the starting location, the most boring campaign of Norsca. I haven't had fun with that, even if because it's a little redundant compared to Village and Zatan the Black, that, I mean, they do the same. They just conquer this area and then they move downward against the Grand Cathay. So yeah, quite boring in my opinion. Then there is the manipulation mechanics that, I mean, it's definitely funny, especially the highest tier. I had a lot of fun with them. You really manipulated the destiny of the other NPC factions, but yeah. Overall, I can tell you, since this is still a review, that I enjoyed far more the campaign of Trog and the one of Wulfric. The one of Wulfric, believe me, is amazing. I would like to play it again and do it and do things differently, because I mean, you can change the style you play the campaign every time. And since they were opening a new area to, you know, to give space to Sayl the Faithless, probably they could have choose another place. Okay, this is just my personal opinion, and yeah, a little sorry for that. But in any case, you know, they add more threatens to Grand Cathay from the north for the campaign of Miao Ying. So yeah, I think for the game itself, this is great. But the campaign itself, since you still sacrifice the mechanics of the monogods, and these manipulation mechanics are funny, but they don't change the experience that much. I don't know. I'm just not fully satisfied with this campaign. But yeah, overall great for the rework of Norsca. Now let's talk about the new units coming for Norsca, and even here this is not a video guide about how to use them, because I already made it. This will be a video more focused on the summary and the review of those units altogether. I have to say that they are all great additions to the faction of Norsca, and a good point is that some units like the Chimera, the Dread Maw, and also the Beerman Marauders and the legendary hero Björk Bjarstrak will be available also for other factions like Beastmen and the Warriors of Chaos. That is great, because you will have more toys to play with even in other campaigns. Now let's start with the characters. The legendary lord is definitely what we needed, because it's a spellcaster legendary lord that was missing in the roster, and then the legendary hero is great because, I mean, it's good at everything. Then the generic lord is also great, because we had only one generic lord option for Norsca, so we finally got another one, even if for me is not enough, because I mean, there are factions with 5 different generic lord options and Norsca got just 2. And this one I mean, the spellcaster and the melee specialist of the generic lords, they share the same mount, that is the mammoth, even if one is the war mammoth and the other is the war shrine mammoth. So I mean, I would have appreciated a little more of a variety, maybe also a female generic lord, even if probably it's not contemplated by the lore. Then the female noble again is a little redundant. I mean, I understand that it's a character in the lore, but I mean, it's impossible that we got two generic heroes of the same kind in a faction that I mean, it's not focused on female warriors. So I don't understand that. I would have preferred like a melee version of a Norscan tribe warriors. Then the Beermen Marauders are very great unit, even if I mean, they are the same of the generic Marauders, but just better and not that good like the Marauders champions. So probably a little repetitive, but I like so much the aesthetics that for me it's definitely okay. And you can use them also for the Warriors of Chaos. So again, good. Then we finally got some melee cavalry that is not that strong compared to other melee cavalries or cavalry of other factions, but yeah, I mean, great. You can use more offensive tactics with your fast units. That was something missing. Okay, it was crazy that in a faction like Norsca, very offensive, we got only missile horsemen. Then the regiment over-announced that in my opinion they are a little boring, especially if you consider the great work that they made with the last DLC, like Omens of Destruction, but also Thrones of Decay. I mean, the regiment renowned were of another level. Here are just reskinned with some better stats and some abilities that I mean, they are not particularly strong. But the good thing is that this regiment renowned, you can use them even in the monogods factions. Then we got the monster. The Dreadmaw is something. It's probably the most unique unit of this game, and I appreciate that. Even if, as I said in many videos, it requires a lot of management, but definitely funny. Then the Chimera that I would have expected. I was expecting something more, but I mean, I'm so happy we got this monster with 3-4 heads, and yeah, I love it. And then the curse that in the two versions that I was afraid that they could have been closer to the giant, I mean similar to the giant units, but they're actually different, especially their rune color. And yeah, overall they gave you many offensive options both for infantry, cavalry, and the monsters, and I love that. Okay, we got more flying units, more giants, more missile monster, offensive cavalry, infantry of any kind. So I think that it's one of the greatest package we ever got, completely unexpected for Norsca, that now it's I think the monster fashion by definition. I mean, with all the monsters that it currently has, it's I mean, it's just wow. You have more monsters than bread and butter units. That I mean, it's crazy, but I love it. Now let's try to sum up what we said so far and to decide if this DLC is worth to buy or not. Let's start with the strength. As I said, one of the detail that I loved most about this DLC is the fact that we got so many different monsters with unique animations, playstyles, and wow, it's wonderful. It never happened in the story of Total War Warhammer that we got so many monsters all together, and yeah, please Creative Assembly, follow this direction because it's great. Then we got many key unit additions to the relative factions. Okay, it's not only about getting new fancy shining stuff, but you know, we got for Slaanesh a missile unit, a flying unit that we really needed, for Norsca new melee cavalry that was missing, and for the High Elves some landed monsters that I'm so happy because I was tired of of only flying dragons, phoenixes, and eagles for the High Elves. So great. Then the nice mechanics. In other DLCs there were factions and I mean new campaigns with very funny mechanics, and others that they were not. In this case I think that the three mechanics they are great. Probably the one of Sayl the Faithless a little less, but I mean still unique, and yeah, I like it. Then I want to make a big compliment to Creative Assembly for the huge reworks. Norsca was one of the worst factions before this DLC, and now instead it's so funny. I love the new campaigns, and as I said, even I mean probably I preferred the old campaigns to to the new ones. I think the campaign of Warfreak, especially, and the one of Techless, they are so different, so special, and you really want to play them again and again. And this is, you know, for me more important than the new campaign, okay? Because now you have a new way to play against Norsca, High Elves, and Slaanesh, and for me it's beautiful. Then we should address the weaknesses. First, the big problem about this DLC, and probably even Omens of Destruction at this point, is that there is no anymore challenge, okay? There are no strong opponents nearby that you have to, you know, you will struggle to deal with. There are no threats, especially for Sea Lord Aislinn and Dechala. I mean, it's impossible to make a campaign funny if you don't have someone that you know, is threatening that enjoyment. Okay, you want strong opponents or around you, and these campaigns are definitely too easy, and I dislike that. Okay, this is not probably the level of the Changeling of Golg, but at the same time it's too much. I mean, I want the challenge. Then the wait was too long, and I mean, guys, we waited 1 year for this DLC, and I don't know if I can you know, I can stand this rhythm. I want more, and honestly I would have preferred to get lesser, I mean, more little packages, but you know, with the faster rhythm, like you know, a reward. Think if we got a rework of these 3 factions you know, within the year. So in the 4 months there work of Slaanesh, then in 4 other months there work of High Elves, and so on. It would have been better because we could have focused on you know, each work every time, instead of, you know, getting all this stuff all together that you cannot even enjoy all, you know, all at the same time. And I had this problem with this DLC. There were so many new things to try that I lost the track, okay? And I don't know, I would like Creative Assembly to consider new strategies of you know, marketing these products. Then the Regiment of Renowns were boring. This time I think the level was so many tier down compared to what we got in Omens of Destruction, and I mean, even like the Chaos Dwarfs DLC, and the other, I mean, Shadows of Change, whatever. In this case we got the most boring Regiment of Renowns ever. Okay, never happened. I mean, we are seriously at the level of the beginning of Total War Warhammer 2. So I don't know, I would like something better. I understand they put a lot of work on the units, and sometimes people don't appreciate enough the Regiment of Renown. I mean, people still don't consider that, for example, with I mean, they all complain about getting the new Black Orcs unit as you know, as official unit of the DLC in Omens of Destruction, but they didn't realize that we got a unit of orcs with the crossbows. Okay, that is the great thing for me. So yes, probably they wanted to come up with something that could fix that. So people are not interested in Regiment or Renounce, so let's work more on the proper units. But at the same time, I have to admit that I perceive that the level, it's, you know, it's down. Then there are no syncs animations. I mean, I tried, I checked, but I didn't find any of them. And this is something that probably never happened in this I mean, this kind of DLC, especially with all the monsters that we got. I mean, unless I think probably 1 or 2, but most of heroes and characters and the monsters have no unique animations, and this is a little sad. I mean, no sync animation when they interact with other enemy units for sync, and yeah, this is another thing that I noticed. Now, what is the vote? What is the final number? Honestly, I don't wanna to come up with that. I don't want to say a number. I mean, where we are adults. Sorry, I know that many YouTubers that you follow, and that, I mean, I follow as well, they make a ranking, but I don't like it. I think there is no number that can show if a DLC is great or not. In my opinion, these 3 packages are worth if you like that faction. Okay, now there are so many DLCs that you cannot think to, you know, to buy all of them. I mean, if you're not rich, of course. So, you know, if you like Slaanesh, I think that the DLC of Dechala really adds all the units that were missing and that you really need to, you know, to deal with all the circumstances that you can bump into. If you like Norsca, this is crazy because I mean, this is the right way to complete this roster, and you will get a lot of funny things that you can even use in other campaigns like the Wars of Chaos and the Beastmen. And if you are a fan like me of High Elves, this DLC of Sea Lord Aislinn is amazing. This is the monsters and the units that we were waiting for after so many years. So yeah, great. I think that this DLC is definitely worth to buy, but honestly all the DLCs were. Probably just Omens of Destruction, I like it a little less, but all the other DLCs, even Shadows of Change, was great for me. So don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let's see very soon.